All right, we're live
No, you
now
got to hit record.
on the feed. I'm going to be switching things up here in the background, and we're going to go live on the radio in 5, 4, 3.
And welcome to a special edition of the Michigan Insider, live from the Crisler Center, the site of the signing event for the Michigan football team, as they have filed in and the fans are starting to file in as well. It is all getting started just as we come on air. And by we, I mean my partner in crime, my brother from another mother, the guy who wore number 98 for a time, wore number 12 as well.
Don't forget 7.
Number 7, that's true. That's true. One of the best to ever come out of the state of Michigan, and most of all, my man, DG, Devin Gardner. Devin, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm excited. You got little hardballs running around with their footballs, running. You know that run where you're running, but you're not really opening up. You kind of moseying along because you want to get to the line fast. Kids are everywhere. You got fans. I mean, this is really, really good. A great event for the Michigan Wolverines after a nice practice in the big house.
All right. So Miz, if you could do me a favor, I'm sending this over the air. If you could get us on Facebook Live, on the 24/7 Sports Michigan Facebook Live page, we'll be ready to go there, as well as we are going to be bringing in guests all day. This is going to be an interesting season, Devin, because they've reached the mountaintop, at least as far as the conference is concerned. Now the expectation is to get back. You got a lot more experience on offense, a lot less experience in these roles on defense. What's your outlook for this season?
It's exciting. First of all, to come off a Big Ten championship, first in a very long time, and the team should definitely be applauded for that. But like you said, it comes with a new set of standards, a new set of opportunities, and I think that the way that football has gone, it's turned into an offensive sport, right? It's an offensive game, and so the fact that we have more experience on offense, I think, is very, very good and bodes well for the future in this season. So I'm excited because the defense is going to come along, but the offense having more experience, a returning quarterback, Big Ten champion, a returning very, very viable backup that's actually competing for the opportunity to be the leader of the team. I think that that's a very, very good problem to have. And moving forward, that running back group, the receiver, I mean, this is good. This is good for Michigan fans all around and Michigan football.
Yeah, so the quarterback competition.
Yeah.
You've been a part.
I knew you were going to start with that. Look at that.
Come on.
Get them, people. Get them, people. What they want,
man. The quarterback competition.
Yeah.
You have an incumbent that has won the Big Ten championship.
Yeah.
You have a young upstart that was a part of that, but in a backup role. And then you have a situation where they're both now vying for that job, where one was out in the spring, though.
Yeah.
As JJ was working through his shoulder rehab.
Yeah.
And Cade has clearly stepped up his game, but the competition has really, really caught fire here of late, just as Cade Mcnamara was named one of the captains of the football team. So what about that dynamic?
I mean, it's exciting, and I think he deserves to be a captain. He led his team to a Big Ten championship, and leadership is so important on a team. But that quarterback competition is still rolling, and it's super exciting to watch because, obviously, everybody can improve. And a year ago, sometimes, you saw Cade not being on time, not getting through the reads as quickly as you would like. When I watched him in practice today, and albeit really good conditions, right? You want to show off for the family. It was family day. He looked really, really sharp, extremely sharp, getting the ball out quickly, took some shots down the field. You know how excited I am when I see some shots taken.
Yes,
he
sir.
took some shots down the field to Ronnie Bell and made some big plays. And so that's encouraging, super encouraging. And I think that the competition is bringing out the best in both of them. It's only right that these two guys compete, and it's been very, 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 very fun to watch.
All right, so what about the youngster, number 9? What about J.J. McCarthy?
Well, you know what you're going to get, right? You know what you're going to get. You're going to get a guy that's going to drive that ball down the field, right? I saw a couple downs today. He had a check down underneath, and he gave his receivers a chance. And sometimes it was complete, and sometimes it wasn't. But that's kind of what you have to live with, and that's something that you want to see. And those receivers, I can guarantee you, are looking like, please, keep giving us those opportunities. You know what I mean? And so, and it's fun to watch, man. Driving that ball down the field. I mean, his arm talent has been talked about ad nauseum. He is one of the more talented throwers of the football that I've seen, and it's fun to watch up close. And obviously, everybody got a chance to see him in spot duty last year.
So, Miz, I just want to come on. We are at the top of the hour, so let's take the top of the hour break right now.
Yeah.
We'll come back on the other side. We'll start talking to some guys. We'll start breaking down different position groups.
Yeah.
We are live on location at the signing event, the Crisler Center. 1 week out from the start of the Michigan football season. You're listening to this special live event on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA, The Ticket.
Guys are clear.
All right, so Ms. So what we need to do is there should only be one feed coming across the StreamYard. I'm going to call you on the phone.
Hello. Mm-hmm. So what?
Okay.
All right, so you guys can hear me, right?
Is record hit on all of them? Just make sure they're all blinking. All right.
All right, Sammy, you still got me, right?
I still got you.
Perfect. Okay. We'll be back here in about 30 seconds.
Cool.
Thanks, Vinny.
Look at Devin coming across Facebook Live. Look at that.
What?
Said you coming across Facebook Live, man. You know the people can see you.
Oh, they can see me?
People can see you. They can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah.
All right. 10 seconds. Stand
How
by.
are you doing? I'm coming across Facebook Live. Live. here
You
at
come across
Crisler,
YouTube.
Crisler Arena. Oh, also, I'm coming across live on YouTube
Coming across live on Twitter.
and Twitter. Twitter.
Yeah,
All right, here
man.
you go, guys. Back live in 5, 4, 3.
And we are back, folks, here on a special edition of the Michigan Insider live from the Crisler Center site of the signing event for the
Time out.
Michigan football team.
Time out. How long until Devin calls Cade Shea? That time has passed us.
Yeah, man. Well, we will be back with the Monday morning quarterback, will we not?
Be back.
We'll be back with the Monday morning. And see the Michigan fans coming through.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. So, DG, I talked about the dynamic. I know you like seeing yourself on the screen. I know that. But
I was looking at the comments. You
we
always say
got-
I never look at the comments, and I'm looking at the comments
we
today.
got to concentrate.
This
We got to
person
focus,
says,
man.
Devin, the next GQ model, and I agree.
Listen to that. Oh, man. Listen, now you done made the man shift focus. Shift focus from football to try to be GQ smooth.
Man, let's go. Let's get this thing
All
rolling.
right. So
Right.
a very interesting dynamic in that while there's a competition to see who the number one guy is, both guys are going to play.
Yeah.
So how did you manage that with you and Denard, for instance, where y'all got to the point where once the competition was over, okay, well, now you got to settle into your roles where both of you guys play a role at quarterback on this team?
Oh, well, I wasn't getting any meaningful snaps. I can tell you that. Denard was too good. He had run the silver football. There's no, I mean, you know, but when I first got there, the competition was extremely real. So I thought, right? And this, let me explain that. You know, when I first got there, I performed extremely well, but I wasn't truly challenged by Coach Rod. You know, everything I did was like, oh, that's okay. You know, even if it wasn't that great, I was making a lot of really, really great plays, but some of the plays weren't that good. And he would, like, you know, still pat me on the back and give me, you know, encouragement. And for Denard, he was like a fire-breathing dragon. Or even if he did something good, it just wasn't ever good enough. And so it prepared him because he knew that Denard would be his quarterback. You know what I mean? But I think it's a little different in this situation just because both of those guys are getting that fire from all the coaches to make sure, because they don't know who truly is going to be their guy. And so I think that my situation is just a little bit different. But moving forward, when we start to compete, when Coach Ho got there, you're not benching the silver football winner. I'm just telling you. You're going to change the way you play, you coach offense, and we're going to run the offense that Denard needs to run. But that's when I got the chance to go with, you know, Coach Borges called the deuce package, where I would get in. And Denard was all for it because it threw up a change up to the defense, and they couldn't always prepare for what Denard had coming. You know what I mean? And so I think that is a very similar to last year. Remember I told you that I thought the Cade should appreciate the opportunity for JJ to come in the game, and though some people look at it as him, you know, his rhythm getting messed up. No, it's a changeup, right? That changeup, that switch pitch. I don't know a bunch about baseball, but I know that you bring in somebody else that's a little different than your normal pitcher, right? And it gives the defense something else to think about.
All right, so let's talk about what's this dude keeps cheesing in the camera. Are they telling you sweet nothings in your ear?
I had braces for 4 years.
Are they telling you sweet nothings in the comments?
And then I had it again as a grown-up.
I mean, damn, Devin.
I'm just trying to hear what you're talking about.
I just see you over there. They must be telling you the
Listen,
greatest ever.
I don't understand. I used to never look at the comments. And so now I'm trying to, you know, look at the comments, you know, do my deal. And you're upset about it.
So I need something so I can look at the comments too. But
oh, you upset? That's what it is. You're jealous.
Let's talk about the next step for each guy individually. And then we'll talk about the next step for this offense. Man, they led the nation in explosive plays last year. Yeah. They won the Big Ten championship. They had one of the most, you know, potent running games in the country. Let's start first with Cade Mcnamara. What's the next step for him this year? Where does he need to be better this year?
I think it's so weird because the next step is what the other guy does best for each of them, if that makes sense. The next step for Cade is taking those chances. Take a little more chances. Drive the ball down the field just a little bit more. Give guys an opportunity to make plays, even when you don't know for sure it's going to work. You know what I mean? And that's like playing quarterback. You have to take chances, and sometimes you don't see it clearly. Steve Young had a very famous quote where he says, sometimes this is quarterback. You don't quite see it. You don't quite know it's there. You're not quite sure, but you still got to let it go and trust that your preparation and trust that your guys are going to make a play. So I think his next step is still being able to be efficient the way he is and lead the way he does, but taking more shots, more opportunities for his outside receivers. And on the other end, JJ, he needs to steal a little bit what Cade has, right? A little bit of that, hey, that big shot is there, but I'm going to try and check it down this time, right? I'm gonna check it down this time, knowing that I had that big shot, but I'm going to continue to build throughout the game because the one thing that you learn about JJ is he hasn't gotten an opportunity to play a whole game. And sometimes in the game, and especially sometimes in the beginning, you see a deep shot open, and it's a little hairy, maybe not completely open. You may be able to make the throw, but you check that ball down because you got a long game to go. And the more you check that ball down, those big shots will be open and bigger opportunities later in the game. He hasn't had the opportunity to play the entire game and be able to do that. So hopefully he gets that opportunity this year as well.
I got you. All right. So the next step for the offense. So we did a great event up at Grand Traverse Resort, the Wolverine weekend, right? And so we were doing our Monday morning quarterback thing where we're going over the film. Yeah. And I remember asking you, hey, is it a bridge too far to be talking about your offensive line reading the secondary? I brought up a play from Indiana. It was the play for folks who memorize plays like we do because we watch them so many times, where they bring a corner blitz. Yeah. So Michigan's lined up on the hash.
We saw the safety a little bit off the hash, kind of making up for where the corner is going to leave from.
Yeah, it was some pre-snap rotation. The corner comes up, and he slides in like in blitz posture. Yeah. The corner, the safety slides off the hash like he's going to pick that guy up. And when it happens, you have your right tackle. He pass sets outside to get the edge guy coming outside, but the corner is coming on a blitz. Yeah. So the edge guy isn't coming outside. The edge guy is going inside. Yeah. He winds up leaking, hitting JJ. No touchdown. Huge. It blows up a play. Yeah. If he had been reading the safety, I'm talking about the right tackle.
Yeah.
And if he had been reading the safety, he would have known there's no way this edge guy is going to come outside. I'm asking you about this because Cade brought he brought the kind of scenario up at Big Ten Media Day. He said one of the things that Coach Moore is challenging the line to do is not just reading the front, reading the secondary. Yeah. And that jumped out to me, that session we had, like, okay.
Yeah, because we're smart and we know everything.
That seems like the next step. If Joe Moore.
Look at Donovan Edwards. We got Donovan Edwards. Get him over there and take the pictures like this was supposed to. Yeah. Get out of here.
Yeah, Joe Moore award-winning line, right? Yeah. It seems like that's the next step for them.
100%. And, it's funny that you say that because, as you know, I just did Lions games. And when I was talking to Coach Campbell and their coaching staff, they said the next step for their quarterback is to be able to protect himself and not have to throw hot, right? And so what we're talking about is bringing that extra corner cat blitz to bring an extra guy. And instead of having to throw hot and get that ball out quickly, how about we say easy, 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 and the tackle can be the person that alerts the quarterback, whoever it may be, hey, take a deep breath. We're going to change this protection, and we're going to pick this up so that we won't have to throw hot and we won't be rushed. And now this play that ended up not being a touchdown turns into a touchdown. And so I think that when you're a Joe Moore award-winning offensive line and then you add a big guy in the middle who's had a lot of experience, you don't take a step back. You only take steps forward. And like you said, I think that's the next step, especially with the tackle and both tackles, guard, center, and the quarterback working in unison. The center usually works with the quarterback for the mic points. But on those corner cats and things like that, if you can see that safety kicking off the hash, you can alert your quarterback and know, hey, we're going to change this protection and we're going to protect this up rather than having to throw hot, which sometimes you have to do.
Yeah, well, because the corner wound up getting picked up. Yeah. H2, Hassan Haskins came over and washed that dude out. The dude who made the play was the edge. Yeah. And he made the play because what we just talked about here. Right. Maybe that's not a play that edge guy makes because the offensive line is reading more this season. And you might think that's a bridge too far when you got a new center. But when your new center is a Remington Award finalist, a guy who slides into the equation is getting right. Look, he wasn't named the captain, but he got some votes.
Yeah. He just got here about a week ago.
Yeah, man. And physically, DG, this dude's an animal.
I saw him today, and I'm not trying to line up in front of that. No. I just did a thing called the Gardner 5. It's a show, and I had like a lineman doing this thing, and I was like,
that's
rushing
called product placement right there. Huh?
I do what I can. But it's coming on the balance.
I'm looking at the hat. I'm looking at the hat.
Stay tuned. I just made the shirt this morning. But anyway, listen, I'm trying to get to it. Listen, but the thing is, I had this lineman, and I'm working with him and doing different things. I'm being a defensive end. I know it's ridiculous. I'm a lot heavier these days, but I would not do that with him. No chance. Like, that guy is a monster. His hands are so big. I'm pretty sure his gloves stink. I shook hands with one of the linemen, and I thought my clothes stink. Smell my hand. It smells terrible. So I got some hand sanitizer. I'm sorry, I'm digressing, but my hands smell that bad. Guys, don't shake hands with linemen or anybody that wears gloves for football players. They don't wash them and they smell terrible. I think it was Zinner. Good.
Oh, so Zinner stinks.
His
So
hands.
I could tell Zach Zinner that Devin said you stink.
Oh, his gloves stink. If you tell him that, he'd be like, yeah, you're right. You're right. They do. They smell terrible. Like if I was a lineman, I would getting my pass set and then put my glove out in front of his face. And then he'd just stop. He's done. Nobody says it. We don't need to change
but the D linemen stink too, don't they?
We don't need to change, but nobody wants to smell it. No, nobody puts their hand over. You don't need to change protection. Forget that corner cat. Just put your hand up, and then his face, he's gonna smell it. He's good. It's over. Drop back, third ball. We're good.
What were we talking about?
What you say?
I don't even know. Olu Watimi.
Yeah.
You talking about Olu Watimi?
Olu Watimi. You practiced that, didn't you?
No, I mean I've been saying it for months now.
I mean, he's a monster. He's a monster. I like him. I really like him, and I think that the infusion of him and his knowledge of the game and just his physical presence is going to help in that running game, because we know we got some talented runners of the football. Like we just talked about, Donovan Edwards was over here, and I got a chance to talk to Freddie J, my guy, the old chum, as I like to call him. Fred Jackson is back with the staff, and he talked about Blake Corum and how explosive and how impressed he's been with him during camp. And he's one of the guys that have stayed healthy, and he's taking care of his body. He's over there taking pictures right now. I mean, Blake Corum is somebody that I look to have a huge breakout season. He is chomping at the bit for an opportunity. Obviously, last year he had a bit of an injury that slowed him down some, and it really opened the door for Hassan Haskins to be the monster that he was. But I'm just telling you, man, Blake Corum, I'm telling you right. I mean, I know other people are saying it, but I trust Frederico Jackson. Freddie J. I trust him, and he's seen so many running backs, including the one that is coaching the running back group. So you got the coach that coached Mike Hart. You have Mike Hart. How can you not be a great running back?
McCarthy. Look at Megan McCarthy.
This guy, I bet you his gloves
stink. The family McCarthy.
I bet you his gloves stink.
You guys want to come? You want to slide on the microphone for a minute? You don't want to make an appearance? You don't want to make an appearance? The McCarthy family.
I mean, their son isn't that good, so I wouldn't want to come on anyway. Their son is so average, you know. That JJ McCarthy sure does stink, man. I'm just telling you. I don't know who his parents are, but the genes are terrible.
Well, Olu Watimi, when we talk about the growth of this, the graduation of this offensive line, they're going to be able to read more, but guard to guard, Devin Gardner, I'm telling you, Michigan is going to be stronger in the run game, guard to guard.
Can you see the jealousy on my face? You remember guard to guard.
What's up, Deion Johnson? Man, it's like a family reunion over here.
It's good. It's family day.
It's like a family reunion over here,
guard
man.
to guard for me when I was a quarterback was very, how do I say this politely? Not strong. Not our strong area. You remember we had Michael Schofield and Taylor Wan, but that guard to guard, it was an adventure. Oh, it was an adventure. I know Coach Borges has outlined it for you a number of times. What can we call? We can't call anything because that guard to guard is struggling. But now, when the guard to guard is a strength, it's so much better for the quarterback. I'm just telling you, because the pressure that is right in your face is shored up. You know for sure the pressure in your face isn't coming. So now you can kind of react to the outside stuff. But when that guard to guard is tough, it's very good.
And so let me be clear, because I want to give Andrew Vistardis some love. I don't want to make this sound like this is disparaging the guy that came before. Andrew Vistardis stepped up in a huge way for Michigan. Mm-hmm. You know, I thought his strength was when he was on. I mean, it used to be you couldn't find a center who could pull. Now it's a job requirement, right?
Yeah,
Every center has to pull, right?
It's like the quarterback that you need to be able to move a little bit. We don't want no statue,
right? But he was really good. He was really good on the move. At the point against some guys, a lot of times it was a battle. It was a struggle. Sometimes he would get stood up. Sometimes at the point. That's not a disparagement or to denigrate. It's just an observation.
I've thrown an interception or two or three.
This dude. Right here, physically, at the point of attack, Devin Gardner is an animal.
Yeah.
Is a problem for the opposition.
Yeah, he is. And I think that's going to be very, very, very good. For the run game, obviously, right, he's big. He can cover guys up and he can move guys. And you always look for that snapback of the helmet of the defender. When the contact is made, whose helmet snaps back? And usually it's going to be the opposing defender when you're going against that big fella.
Yeah, so, man.
I'm not going to try and say his name all willy-nilly. I got to let you hear it first.
You're going to have to have this right for the Monday morning quarterback.
Olu
Watimi.
Olu Watimi.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm saying, but I can't just spit it out right away when I'm already talking about something else.
Right. So
say it 3 times fast then.
I mean, you can't. It's too many syllables. I mean, come on, man. All right. So you talked about the running back contingent. At least you talked about Blake Corum.
Yeah.
A little bit about Donovan Edwards. We talked about this before. Watching Donovan in high school, do you think it's too much to say the best running back from the state of Michigan since Tyrone Wheatley?
Yeah. I thought you were going to say the best running back in the state of Michigan. Hold on now, Chief. I know that you're not saying that with Tyrone Wheatley living.
Oh, come on, man. No, they said that. They said that on the state championship broadcast. I almost fell off. I was like, you must not remember how good T. Wheat was.
He tripping.
Yeah, come on, man.
But listen, he was – what I watched him do without the support of like a viable quarterback is insane. What he was able to do and go win a state championship was second to none and very impressive. But we got the other running back. Yeah. The other running back, that didn't play in the state of Michigan, but he all right. He ain't, I ain't even going to talk about your finances and all your NIL love that you're getting because you're so talented and everything. Blake Corum, what's up with you, brother? You all right?
Hey, Ben, is he in frame? We all good? Number 2, how you doing, man? Yeah, man. So they say you're about 10 pounds heavier. Is that accurate? So the question is, when you're 10, 12 pounds heavier, are you just as fast as you were? Oh, you faster now.
Oh, no, he was fast today, Chief. I saw it. I said, "Oh, he fast still, huh?"
Okay,
come on now.
He fast.
So
I think I can get him though.
So Blake, as we get into look into this year, what's the next step? I mean, you had a great season last year. What's the next step for you?
Really just improvement. Improvement from last season. I think last year I had 6.7 yards per carry.
Just subtly throw that in. It just 6.7.
If we can get that to 8, and then myself just lead my team to continuing the victories and Big Ten championship, beating Michigan State, beating Ohio State, going to the CFP, but winning it. Like, that's my goals at the end of the day.
You want the whole thing, huh?
Why
you want the whole thing. That's what I'm talking about. Brand new socks and draws. He wanted it all.
I want it all. You feel me? But that's it at the end of the day. Like, obviously, I have some self goals, but like, that's gonna come with team success, I believe. So
you said something a couple of weeks ago. They said, well, you were thunder and lightning. What are you now? And you said something like lightning and lightning. But here's the thing. Hassan Haskins was so good. He was such a bull in the game that it makes it seem like, man, how are you going to have anyone that can run between the tackles like him? If Hassan wasn't here and it was just you and Donovan coming in, no one would have said, where's the between the tackles running going to come from? Because you guys did that in high school, right?
It wouldn't have been brought up, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have the opportunity to do that because Hassan was here, but like, I mean,
you in between them tackles,
that's what I
you
am.
guard to guard with it,
come on. I was never that dude that, I like the outside zone, but I like going straight. You know what I'm saying? Make my little move, I'm out.
I got you.
But I like going between the tackles. I just didn't really have the opportunity to show that due to H2 being here and him being so great at it. But we're gonna have the opportunity this year. I'm gonna show him what it's about.
All right, not Denard in the building, man. I gotta know because you fast, and he always talking about how he faster than somebody. Has he even threatened to try to race you or say he faster than you?
He don't want that smoke, man.
Of course he doesn't. He's old.
Denard, 47 years old.
That's what I'm saying. But he still think he fast.
I be seeing him. We had this thing called the fourth quarter, right?
Okay.
He be doing his little gasses and stuff.
Wait, can he run still?
He be going with the injured players, though.
Injury timeout. Injury timeout.
Hey, so look, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about where we are and why we're here. This signing event here at the Crisler Center, a lot of NIL events. So what about the NIL sort of initiatives that have been taken up as for the team's sake, for you individually, and this event? What does this mean to you and meant to the team?
First of all, I think this is a great thing that Valiant has put together for the team. Because with NIL now, we need to make sure we get paid. You know what I'm saying? So this is a great event for not only us, but for the fans as well.
Wait, let me stop you. How good does it feel to, without having to risk getting in trouble and nothing, to say, we got to get paid, man? Just freely. It feel good. Oh, man.
It feels great. You would never think it would happen. You know what I'm saying? But now people making millions and stuff like that. It's great. It's a great experience while it's still college football at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? That's never going to change, but we just putting a little money in our pocket
So since you got so much money in your pocket,
I don't got that. I'm trying to get
I
like
was
you.
wondering if you could. You don't got to slide it under the table because it's legal. Now, slide me something for my troubles.
Ah, man, look at this dude. He wearing his own gear. He got his own clothing line.
Listen, man.
Come
Like,
on,
come on, man.
He bluffing.
Yeah, he's on Fox.
Hey,
He's on Bally Sports Detroit.
Just relax,
Hey,
dude. Just
I'm just saying.
Take a
I
deep
see
breath.
Devin Gardner. He's
I
on
should
Lions
be-
broadcast.
I should be asking you, hey, what can I do to make a little bit of change? What NIL do you got for me?
hey, man, just relax, man.
Uh,
Moving on. Sam,
that
ask
is
you a
right.
question.
You do need brand ambassadors.
Hey, man,
what
you know-
NIL deal you got for me, man?
He is a go-getter by nature, right? He was
Yeah.
born that way. You feel me? So I
Hey,
remember the recruiting
You got your
videos he
brand.
making and
I
stuff.
got my brand. Let's collab. and
Let's
make something
collab. You know, you
Ah,
put a
yeah,
little X
that's
in
right.
between. We're good to go.
Yeah, man, you were making like hype videos or promotional videos before
You was,
before you can make money. Like you could make money off of that.
bigger. Okay.
Like get you
Yeah.
like some
And
you
like
know
a
what the
protein
thing
drink
is,
or
like,
something.
you know what the cool thing is? That's just who you are. You a worker, right? So
Hustler.
who you are, you can now benefit off of all your hard work and who you are.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
Oh,
So
man.
let me ask you about the DMV contingent and one in particular that just joined the team, one of your St. Francis brothers in the Yabi Anoma. I had to imagine that the fact that obviously Biff being here, but you St. Francis guys being here was a part of making that a comfortable situation for him to step into.
Yeah, you know, we got a dog in the Yabi. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if you look at his past and things, people are probably quick to judge. But he's a dog at the day. He's a good dude, you know what I'm saying? So Michigan gave him the opportunity. And ever since he's been here the last 2 weeks, he's made the best of it. He's definitely going to be a huge contributor. He's fast. He's fast off the edge. You know, he's going to get to the QB. But that was a great pickup by us.
You saw him in high school. How much of a game record was he in high school?
He was a dog, man. It's like something ain't right up here. You know?
I mean, he chose to play defense. That's already the beginning of something ain't right.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you add a little bit more. But how comfortable do you think it is for him to have a guy like you and Biff and everybody around to kind of help keep him on the right track?
Right. Yeah, no, I think it was an easy transition for him because we're all here at the end of the day. Like he knows we all have his back and things like that. So it's been easy for him. I think he's enjoyed it so far. I can't wait to see what he does this year because I know what he can do. It's all about doing it now. You know what I'm saying? So.
There you got to be a State Street. You can't be a State Street player. Got to be a Main Street. You
That's
good on
right.
State Street.
That's
We got to take
right.
that thing down the road,
Give him
hit a corner,
give
and
him
then
a
get on
second.
Main Street.
Yeah,
He just pulled up. He just showed up on State Street. Give him a second. Let him unpack.
We'll be there in just in no time. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Well, Blake, I know the fans, they want to see you. They want you to sign autographs, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate you taking
Sign
some time with us
autographs.
today. Why not? Well, I mean,
You know, Blake is on an entirely different level in the
Yeah,
NIL game.
don't listen to him, bro. Don't listen.
Blake will only be taking pictures this
it
week.
is a signing event. Taking pictures the whole time. But,
Yeah.
hey, but you know, I would be remiss. What about some other NIL things that you're pushing right now individually? What do you have going on?
Yeah, I got some good things going on. I'm doing this thing with Wolverine Boot. Great company. You know, we shot some commercials and things like that. I have a big autograph sign deal. That's going pretty good. Outback wants to renew the contract last year.
Hey, can I get some coupons
Yeah,
or something,
I
man? I got
got- what
Outback
you
right by
want?
my house.
Yeah.
I just want to get some coupons. That's it. I know you got coupons.
What you want, a
Hey,
little blooming
can you go
onion?
in there? Can I go in there and say, hey, I know Blake Corum. He's a good friend of mine. Would they no?
Yeah, is
that
there a
ain't
Blake
gonna work.
Corum discount?
It depends.
Yeah.
You
No,
might,
I want it for free. What are you talking about?
Hey,
Discount?
For free.
For free. I want it for free.
We'll talk.
All right.
I'm not ready to get you right. You know what I'm saying? But now, all in all, NIL is great for me. You know what I'm saying? I've benefited off of it, and where I'm at right now, like I like giving back too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm working with some companies to try to collab with them so we can give back and just make this thing a beautiful thing. And so I feel like a lot of people look at NIL sometimes as a bad thing, but
Yeah.
like
So
as long as you do the right thing, it's a beautiful thing.
one thing that I know fans, and I know you got to go. One thing
Yeah,
I know
man.
fans are probably
This
wondering
dude.
is it a distraction, right? Is NIL a distraction
Can
from
be.
the main thing? Because I always talk about the main thing. Keep the main thing, which is ball.
Mhm.
Is it a distraction, and does it take away from what you're trying to accomplish as a football player?
If you let it, it can be. But like for all the hustlers out there, like when you get that first 100,000, you want what do you want? 300,000 now. You know what I'm saying? You want 500. You want to get that first meal. So like it's not a distraction. It just make me go harder. And I feel like it makes a lot of people go harder. I can see where it could be a distraction.
Yeah.
But as long as you don't let it, you keep the main thing, and you just want to hustle at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it's not no distraction.
I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you, man.
appreciate
Let me
that,
hold
man.
something, though, but I'm proud of you. And some
Nah,
coupons.
yeah.
I want to hold something and some coupons.
This
Look at
dude,
me. I want to
hey,
hold
man.
something and some coupons.
This dude
I
make
need
it
to be
sound
asking
like
him
he's
for
struggling.
something.
He's not struggling.
He not struggling.
He's not
bro.
struggling at all.
He
I
had-
just saw him on TV 37 times last week.
yeah,
I saw him on the Lions broadcast.
Wait,
He's doing
Jared,
podcasts
Jared,
and
what'd you
stuff.
say? You said you want me to come over there? All right, Jared. All right.
Blake,
Dude.
appreciate your time, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
I
a lot for
appreciate
coming hang
that,
out. Good
man.
luck this season.
Most definitely.
Blake Corum here at the signing event, Crisler Center. He talked about what a great opportunity this is. The Valiant, a great event the Valiant put together
amazing.
for the team, and 100% of the proceeds going to the players.
Man,
That's
I remember
another
we
great
used to
thing.
do this for free. Remember that? Remember Fan Day? We used to do this for free. You sit up, sign
I do.
all them autographs, and then go
I
home,
do.
and then you got to go back to camp and start working out again.
I
Like,
do.
wait a minute. Y'all just benefited a great deal from all these signatures that we wrote. You got the quarterback table. It was me, Denard, at back then, Tate Forcier.
That's
Everybody coming to our table, and the line is around the corner and waiting for 5 hours. And where's this money going? Hold on.
Well,
now.
hey, you blazed the trail for the young fellas now.
That's why
that can
Blake
reap the
Corum gonna
dividends.
Let me hold something. That's what I'm telling you. You got me. You're my boy.
All right, they need to be paying the old heads. That's what
That's
you're
right.
saying?
Just a little bit.
All right,
Just a little
listen. We need to get to a break. We're going to come back on the other side with more guests here at the signing event. Hey, Valiant, great job putting this together for the team. 100% of the proceeds going to the squad 1 week away from the start of the Michigan football season. We're going to get into more position previews, more chats with players as well here on the special edition of the Michigan Insider on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA, The Ticket.
Clear on radio.
Clear on radio, but not on Twitter, not on YouTube, not on Facebook Live. We're still on all those, DG.
We are on those.
Yeah,
Good.
we're on all those. So
I'm
people probably
sweating like
talking
a
to you in the
slave.
comments, man.
Sheldon mentioning you, Sam. So Sam, Devin is a hustler,
Devin is
right?
a hustler. Slam,
Yeah, I know Devin is
a
a hustler. See, I
Man,
need
y'all
to
started
have
at
a
the same
screen
time.
over here.
Let's see.
Ben, can
We
you
ain't
do me
getting-
a favor?
You ain't getting no string,
And-
Sam.
In that big bag, the camera bag
Hey.
that you unpack, I have an iPad in there.
My
Can you
man
take
Sam.
that iPad out of the laptop slot for me so I can see these comments that has
Hey,
Devin?
Edward Davis, you're
yeah.
right. Edward Davis, he said, my man Sam, Devin is an outstanding color commentator.
Wait.
I don't know how long
Is
we
this
will
my
have
guy
access to
Ed
him.
Davis from the D? Is this running back Ed Davis?
I don't know. I can't see
Ask
it
him, is that
good.
Ed Davis, high school administrator Ed Davis
It
now?
might be. It might be.
Yeah, man. Got to know your Michigan history. He was part of an awesome running back contingent.
Edward Davis is a very common name. How am I supposed to know which Edward Davis that is? Man.
The laptop slot, Ben, in the back. Yeah. There we go.
See that shit, young Sheldon, he said, Devin, we need you to go back to the Shane drinking game. Nah, man, I ain't messed up one time. I'm done with it. Done with it. It's been a whole year.
Hey,
I know
Jared,
who
you
the
want to come
players
on?
are, you know.
You said you need Devin? Can you give me a player? Yes. All right, give me a player. All right. All right. Let me see here.
To be fair, I would look like a top standing up there. So
hot.
Ah, shoot. How far out are we from the return, Miz? How
We
much
got
left
about a
in this
minute.
break? About a minute? All right, I'm about to come in the StreamYard room. Hey, Ann Arbor. What's up? And
All right, we got about 30 seconds to return.
okay. Hey, Miz, can you send me? Can you text me that 6-digit code?
Sure can. 1 second.
Well, stay on the mic for as long as until he. Oh, okay. Here we go. Zach Zinner. Hey, man, he just said you stink. He literally just said you stink. We are still live. We are live on YouTube,
He's about
Facebook.
to come back on
all
radio,
that.
though. Stand by.
Hey, sit in. Yes, sit in his seat, Zach. Sit in that seat right there.
Hey, it's about game day. I'll get a new pair. I'm rolling away over here.
All right, Sam. Here we go.
Yep.
Back in 5, 4, 3.
And we are back here on the Michigan Insider, a special edition of the Michigan Insider, live from the Crisler Center, site of the special signing event brought to you by Valiant, benefiting the entire football team here at the University of Michigan 1 week from the start of the Michigan football season. And joining me right now is one of the guys anchoring that front, Mr. Zach Zinner. So, Zach, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great. You know, just got done with practice, have this little fan experience. You know, the guys are buzzing, and we're ready to roll.
All right, so before we start talking some ball, let's talk about this event.
Yeah.
And what a great opportunity it's been. This is even bigger than the signing event you guys had before. What does this mean to you? What does it mean to the team?
I mean, it's special. You know, Valiant's been doing a great job. Just being able to interact with all these fans. You know, on game day, we really don't get to interact as much as you probably think. We're really locked in. So it's cool to see the fans. They get to come, get to have conversation with each one of them. And, you know, just get to see their side of it and how excited they are to see us. And we're excited to see them.
So 100% of the proceeds going to the players. I think one of the great things about this is the entire team, because I'm sure you as a starter on offensive line, multi-year, you have your deals. Quarterbacks have their deals. We have Blake on. He has his deals. But there are a lot of other guys that don't have those individual deals. This is a way for the collective, so to speak, to benefit the entire squad.
No, yeah, that's the cool part about it. You know, doing this, everyone from every single walk-on to every single scholarship player, everyone's getting a cut of the portion. You know, it's all split evenly, so it's really cool. Just even as a team, it kind of brings us closer, honestly, because, you know, sometimes it's like, he's making this, he's making that. So everyone's making the same, and it's pretty cool.
All right, so, Zach, you guys won the Joe Moore Award last year, right? The pinnacle for the offensive line in college football. What's the next step? I mean, what's better than that for you guys? How do you get better from that?
I mean, we have high expectations for ourselves and everyone in our room. And, you know, I've said it before, no one's ever won the Joe Moore Award twice, back-to-back years. So that's our goal in the O-line room. And I think that drives us. And we didn't have a perfect season last year. We were claimed the best offensive line. We won the best offensive line, but we didn't have the best season last year. We lost 2 games, and, you know, it wasn't perfect. So we still have motivational factors driving us every day.
So I know, you know, guys don't like to say what they're going to do heading into the season, but I would be interested in knowing, you played all last year, you've been in past camps. Where do you think this line is better? Where have you improved heading into this year?
You know, I think all around, you know, we've went through all spring. You know, Olu was a great addition. He's just a freak, honestly. He's got all the physical aspects and the mental aspects of the game locked in. So he's been a great addition. And then, you know, the right tackle, just as good as Stuber last year. You know, either one of them, whoever it's going to be, Trente or Carson, I got all the confidence in the world in both of them, and I like playing next to both of them. So I think we're going to be just as good, and I think we got a shot to be better this year. So I'm excited.
So we talked to Cade at Big Ten Media Day, and he said one of the things that Coach Moore was challenging you guys to do is to not just read the front, but to read the secondary too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how big of a leap has that been for you guys?
I think it's been a leap, but I think Coach Moore, you know, being the offensive coordinator now, he's really brought that different perspective into the room and has been able to teach us the secondaries and how safeties are rotating and where the pressure's coming from. So, I mean, it's been a little bit of leap, but spring ball and fall camp,
we've gotten pretty good at it, being able to see stuff. So it's been real cool this year.
I got you. So you see the defensive line from a different perspective than everyone else. You face them
Yeah.
all the time. And you guys are facing against some high draft picks. Number 2, I think Ajabo went like 40 or 45 or something. A lot of guys with talent, but they don't have on tape the type of production that you guys just lost. What have you seen from them in camp?
Man, the defense, they've been rolling. And, a lot of people had questions about the defense coming in. And, I mean, honestly, I didn't know either. But I got all the confidence in the world in that defensive line. I mean, we got Mozzie, Chris Jenkins. We got Mason Graham stepping up, too. He's been a real baller.
Yeah. Okay, so pause for a second because I expect Mozzie. I mean, you knew he was going to step up into that role. Chris Jenkins was coming on last year. Makes sense that he would take another step. Mason Graham is a true freshman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he enrolled early, but you're not the first guy that I've heard say, man, this guy is ready to play right now.
Yeah.
How about you think that's true as an offensive lineman?
I do. He came in early, which I think was the best thing he could have done because he got that spring ball experience that, you really need to come in and play right away. And he's crushed at this camp as well. He's real good. Yeah, he's definitely ready to play.
So what is it about him? I tell you from the outside looking in, when I watched him in high school, his motor. I mean, he played both ways the entire game.
Yeah.
Against top competition. Yeah. So that's what stood out to me. I'm curious what stands out to you.
Yeah, no, he's got great effort. He never stops in practice, and even in practice, which is crazy to see. He's always going, got great hands, he's twitchy. He's going to be a real good ball player for us.
All right. So we talked about the collective, and we talked about a lot of other guys. What's the next step for Zach Zinner? Where do you need to get better? What do you want to get better this year?
I'm always trying to improve. As an O lineman, there's something here, something there. I'm always trying to improve on. I'm trying to work on pad level this year. Getting a good punch and pass pro, and really finishing guys this year. I'm gonna make a big emphasis on that, is finishing the blocks this year.
Okay, all right. So I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about your little brother, man. I gotta ask you about your little brother.
Yeah,
you're not the first sort of Michigan guy to have his little brother go to Notre Dame. Good friend of mine, Jared Irons, his little brother did the same thing. So what's that like now that you got a rival in your own house?
I know. It's crazy. Honestly, it's weird. It's weird. I mean, I wish he came here, but I wanted him to do what he wants to do. He fell in love there, so it is what it is. But I mean, it's weird. The only good part is we don't play Notre Dame for like 20 years. So
right.
Unless Notre Dame somehow joins the Big Ten and something like that happens crazy, but we don't got to play for a while. But I still be giving them nudges here and there because we were at the Notre Dame Michigan game last time they played the Big House. So I mean, we still got some bragging rights on them.
Right, there you go. Well, Zach, we know about this event. You got anything else going on NIL wise? You had a children's book, didn't you?
Yeah, we had a children's book. I mean, it's still out there for sale. But no, I mean, I'm just locked in, ready to roll for the season. I don't got nothing special coming out right now. Just getting excited, ready to roll.
Gotcha. Well, Zach, appreciate your time. I know the fans want to have their piece of Zach Zinner, some photos, some autographs. Thanks a lot for taking the time with us. Good luck this season.
No, thank you for having me.
All right, thanks a lot. That was Zach Zinner, one of the starters on the offensive line for the University of Michigan, an offensive line that won the Joe Moore Award last year and looking to be back-to-back Joe Moore Award winning offensive line. We'll see if they're able to pull that off, but we'll take this break. And we'll be back on the other side. Here, the live signing event at the Crisler Center, brought to you by Valiant, doing a great job creating opportunities for student athletes at the University of Michigan. We'll bring more to you on the other side here on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA. The Ticket.
Good.
Appreciate it, Zach. All right, man. All right. Okay, great. Are they going to come on at the same time? Yeah, that's cool. Cool. Yeah, let's do it. What's up, fellas? All right, so one of y'all get the seat. I don't know who has seniority here. What's up, Claude? Oh, no, I thought you were Claude. What's up, Jim? How you doing? You doing all right? All right. I'm good, man. I'm good. How's JJ? That's what's up. Hey, Claude. How you doing, man?
Who's his demos?
Yeah, man. Time flies. I remember we were watching CJ at that camp. What was it like 6 years ago now?
You were the first person verbally to mention him on the
I take pride in that. Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that.
You understand? Oh, look, we can read comments.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I also really.
yo, this is live.
Yeah,
Right now?
that's what it say. It's been going on for an hour. Look, it's us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's how my hair look.
Oh, you're talking about the football breakdown that we do with the X's and O's. Okay.
Oh, new comments is down here. All right. Oh shit. Oh,
Yo,
CJ.
Uh-huh.
So on the broadcast,
this kind of loud.
yeah, that's why I ain't got it on all the way. It's
Yeah.
super loud.
Yeah, we won't be able to do that anymore.
No, those are old comments.
We won't
from
be able to show
3:30.
all the
Go back down.
different angles.
Yeah, hi
so it'll
guys.
just be the TV
What
angle
up,
now.
Malachi?
Yeah.
What's up, yo?
Yeah.
Any questions?
Yeah.
What up, receivers?
Receivers.
Hey, well, we'll
Receivers.
be doing it again. Rest assured. We just won't have the
Who is going to get?
the end zone view.
Yo,
So
Squashy one. What's
Wait,
up?
what? What? All
Trimmers,
that?
trimmers. Appreciate it. Nah, somebody was chatting.
right.
Tear it up.
Appreciate the support.
Talking to the fans.
Appreciate the support.
So yeah, we're live in the breaks. Like we aren't live on the radio right now, but it's always live on. It's on YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter. We're on all the
All right, we're
platforms
coming back
right
here in
now.
about 10 seconds.
10 seconds. All right.
10 seconds, guys.
So CJ, if you could
A
be
lot.
right here. Yeah, right there in the middle. That's good.
All right, guys, coming back in 5, 4, 3.
And we are back, folks, here on location, a special edition of the Michigan Insider live at this special signing event where the entire team benefiting from this NIL, the NIL possibilities. Fans come in, they get their autographs, they get their pictures, and the players get a chance to get some compensation. It's the way it always should have been. Glad that you guys are able to benefit from it, starting with a couple of guys from one of the most talented receiver rooms in the country, if not the most talented receiver room in the country. Starting with Mr. Cornelius Johnson. CJ, how are you?
Good. It's been fun so far. Appreciate all the fans for the support
Yeah,
and
man.
coming out here today.
Yeah, and Ronnie Bell. Ronnie, how you doing?
I'm doing really good. Yeah, same thing. You know, just cool to see everybody, see all the little kids, see all the families that's making a trip up here to come and see us and support us. And, you know, we just appreciate everybody.
So let's start off talking about this event, though. This event benefits the entire team. Everyone on the team gets paid as a result of your participation. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to this squad?
I think that's really everything. You know what I mean? Like everything that I've done with NIL, like I've tried to get everybody that's on the squad involved with. You know what I mean? I think that's the most important part. You know, if one of us eat, we all eat. I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to go about it. So any chance we get to do it just like that, where everybody's eating, I think that's the best way to do it.
CJ?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, especially with NIL, it opens up the door for everybody. It can be equal, and it just allows for opportunities for us all to, enjoy some of it while we're here at Michigan.
You know, I think both of you guys are textbook examples of, you know, it being about the grind.
For sure.
Right? Because it wasn't a whole lot of acclaim.
Nah.
I remember watching you at camp, and I don't think you had an offer at that time. The first time I saw you, I don't think you had an offer.
Yeah.
You obviously transitioned from basketball, and now you look at it, and we're talking about you being at the front of one of the most talented receiver rooms in the country. So you got it from the ground. You got it from the, from the floor. What does that part mean to you? That being on that journey, not having anyone talking about you at the beginning, now everyone's talking about you at the end.
I mean, for real, I feel like nothing much has changed. I feel like I've always been on that side of the ball, so I've always been the one scratching and clawing to get what I can, and I still feel that way now. You know what I mean? Like even though there is like a respect level that's out there, like I don't know. I guess I duck it enough to where I don't feel it. So I still feel like I'm scratching and clawing at what I need.
Yeah, I feel like it's all about just like consistency. Like, still the same person you were. I mean, before you got all those stars, all those offers. It's not like one day you're a 2-star, next day you're a 4-star, 5-star. You're just still the same person. It's just so happens that you got noticed. You finally got recognition. So if I was to like say something about that, that's what I would say. Just remain consistent, and that's how you'll stay motivated, by just keeping that progress and focusing on that. Because you still got to stay the same person and keep focusing on what got you there.
Right. So here's the thing, though. As everyone's talking about you now they expect you to perform at a certain level. And you guys were explosive last year, led the nation in explosive plays. But we heard your head coach say, hey, I think we're going to be more explosive this year. I think the offense is going to be even better this year. So have you seen that in camp? I mean, is that something that from a passing game perspective, because he said that specifically, he thinks the passing game is going to be more explosive this year. What if that's true? What does that look like? What does that look like in camp?
In camp, it's all about just getting on track with the quarterbacks and getting the timing down. And then also for us in the receiver room, making sure we get all the young guys in the playbook and we're all tuned in. So then on game day, we can go execute to our best. And that's why we're out here on stadiums and the practice facility. So we're just making sure going into the first game, we got that all locked in, doing everything we can from that perspective to help us win.
Yeah. Ronnie, does that mean more shots? I mean, the game you played last year, it was shots.
Yeah, I feel like one of the biggest things to get done throughout camp is trust. You know what I mean? Like quarterback seeing who's over there, feeling, matchup, whatever it is, and just trusting that as long as he puts the ball in a catchable area, that the receiver's going to go make the play. And I think that's the biggest thing that receivers have developed and worked on throughout this offseason and throughout this camp. And I think that's what coach is saying. That's what coach is talking about. So,
yeah. So I talked to one of the coaches during camp, and he said, the secondary, we gave up some open receivers last year. You didn't notice it as much because we had some dogs up front getting heat on the quarterback. He said, if you were to come to camp now, you wouldn't see as many open receivers. You wouldn't see, scratch that. You wouldn't see as many. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that. You wouldn't see as many busted coverages, as many broken coverages. Have you seen it that way as you guys have faced them this camp?
I would say they're a lot more consistent from that regard of just like leaving somebody. And also, I mean, I think it's just more confusing, honestly. Like it took me like that first week of camp to really figure out what they had going on so I could figure out what exactly to do. So, I mean, I think the defense is rolling, man. They look good.
So I remember, you know what? It was a couple years ago, maybe, or maybe it was heading into last year's season where you said you used to line up in practice and know exactly what they were going to do.
Right. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you practice against them every day. Like you see somebody's eyes, you see his leverage or what he's looking at. Like, for the most part, what's going on. But I'm telling you right now, that first week of camp, it took me a minute. I didn't know what was going on.
That's crazy to think about because I know for us now, this will be going against our third D coordinator here. Because remember, we were first with Coach Brown.
Right.
And then last year and this year, 2 different coordinators. So, like, just seeing that, I mean, I feel like that can help us see different coverages and, like, just get used to it every single day. And then, but just compared to that, like, I would say they're getting older and getting more, like, locked in, knowing their assignment and stuff like that. So I would say they're locked in on the defensive side.
Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about you guys individually. I'll start with you, CJ. I've obviously known you for a long time. And your temperament that as we talk to you now seems very, very similar when we watch you on the field. Okay. But I don't know. I mean, is that the case? Are you very even keeled as a player as you are?
What do you mean, like temperament? Like
I mean, like you're not one of those guys that is super rah banging your head against the locker. That guy. You're not that guy.
I'm not. You won't really find me banging my head against any lockers. I won't be doing that. But what I will be trying to do is just trying to contribute on the field, getting yards, catches, stuff like that. I feel like that's more important than banging my head in the lockers.
Yeah, so here's why I asked that question. Because a couple of your teammates say, hey, man, we tell you see Ronnie off the field or you see Ronnie out on game days, but you see him on game days, he is a totally different
That's good too, though, yeah.
dude.
No, I mean, you do got to get there, though. You got to get into that place where you just, like, feel unstoppable, like, whatever it is, that dark room or whatever gets you locked in. So like,
So is that
You
true?
got
Is that
anything you
true?
got,
They say that
like-
about you though.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I feel like that's been
it's always
kind
the
of.
same. Yeah,
I feel like that's kind of been how everybody's. I don't really notice it. I feel like I'm just rolling, but guys have always said like on game day I'm a different person, and like I feel like that competitive edge. You know what I mean? Like throughout practices, I'm competitive, and then we do a competitive period. I'm really competitive, and then you know what I mean, or like during game days, that competitive switch is turned on the whole way. So yeah, I think that's what guys is talking about when they say there's two different me's.
So obviously you're returning, you're fully back, you're healthy, you rehab, but guys who come back from an injury, I often hear them say that there is a physical rehab and there's a mental rehab, and sometimes the mental rehab is behind the physical. You could be 100% physically, and it takes you a minute to trust it that it's 100%. Is that? Have you gone through that experience?
I about to say I feel like that was my little thing at the beginning of camp. It wasn't necessarily like it was weird. Like it wasn't necessarily like the knee. It was more so just like running routes with people around me I hadn't done. You know what I mean? Like I had been running routes for months, but like running routes with people around me working, you know what I mean? Like just people in general, just people being around you, getting a feel for people around you. So that's what I think was like the hump that I had to get over for the first couple of days of camp.
We go Eric ruining the photo. Yeah.
And then once I got over that hump, the next hump was kind of like competitive catches, you know what I mean? Like jumping up with somebody and like falling and all that. And I had one catch, I don't know, it was like I said, it was like a week into camp. And like once I made that, like man, I feel like that little mental wall or block that was in front of me, I feel like I was over that one.
Got you, man. Well, certainly it all bodes well for a season where there are a lot of expectations for you. And how different is that? Like last year, there was a lot of questions.
Okay.
Now this year, there are questions. This is an expectation that you guys are going to compete for a national championship.
Right on.
And you talking to a lot of the guys, that's how you want it, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want it any other way because that's the standard we hold ourselves to. So like now that the world holding us to that, really ain't nothing changed. I mean, besides the fact that somebody else feels a different way about it, but that's how we've been feeling around here for a minute now. So ain't nothing changed this way.
I got you. Well, fellas, appreciate you taking the time. Good luck this season. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you. You got anything NIL wise that you got going on that you want to promote, push, tell the fans about?
Man, just come out to the game, support us, man. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, thanks for all the
always.
support in the comment section all over this building. There's a bunch of fans here that really love Michigan football, and I can't thank you guys enough for all the support.
All right, thanks a lot. Cornelius Johnson, Ronnie Bell, two of the members of a receiving corps. Look at this dude just jump right back in the. We are literally trying to segue to a break, and Devin comes rolling back in. So here's what we'll do: we'll take a pause on the radio. We'll come back on the other side. Devin will jump back on the broadcast. We'll bring more guests as well on this special edition of the Michigan Insider, live from the Crisler Center, the signing event for the Michigan football team. Be back on the other side here on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA, The Ticket.
Clear on radio.
So have you been staying with it looks like you've been staying with the wide shot mostly because of the,
it was a little, because he was cutting off when you had that one shot on the right side, as far as camera right, it looked like it was cutting off a little bit from the headspace.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you care or not, Sam. It's 31-28 Northwestern with 3 minutes left in the fourth.
41-28 Northwestern.
31-28.
All right. All right. So who are we going to get next? I'll leave it to the people. I see Andrell over there. I see Eric All over there. Let me see who else walking around. I see Ryan Hayes. So who do you guys want to hear from next? I'll take an informal poll here. You drop it in the comments, and I'll see who we can grab. All right. Andrell Anthony. All right. Hey, How about we just? You want to hear from Eric? Okay. How about we just get them both? How about we just get them both? And Andrea. All right. Hey, DG.
Sam, do you want to mute your mic? Huh? You want me to mute your mic? Let's do it like 2 minutes.
Hey, Eric, you got a minute? Yeah. Grab that seat over there.
My bad, I didn't know you guys were shooting. Can I see her?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you can sit there. Yeah.
Grab that headset right
All right, so folks, no, Andrea, he's moving into his apartment. I don't know if you can hear that. So he had to get back so he can move in. And so we were gonna have Eric and Andrea, but Eric can handle it. He's a captain after all. He can man the seat by himself, the captain's chair, if you will.
Man, bet.
So
All right,
stay
we'll be back
right
in
there.
about 30.
Okay. How much longer left in this break, Miz?
About 30 seconds.
All right, 30 seconds.
Man,
Say hi to your fans. They requested you, Eric.
Hello. I look big on this camera.
Give him a solo shot real quick. Give him an ISO shot. There you go.
Oh, snap. Man.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Doing all right.
Good.
Doing all right. All right, we'll be going live here shortly.
Yep.
Okay.
Stand by.
Here we go.
Back on radio in 5, 4, 3.
And we are back, folks, here on the Michigan Insider, a special edition of the Michigan Insider, live on location, the signing event at Crisler Center for the Michigan football team. Joining me now, a young man I've talked to a lot this offseason, actually.
Yep.
But not since he's been a captain. This is different.
Yeah,
I mean, walking a little taller, sitting a little bit higher because
sir.
it's Captain Eric Osh. Eric, how you doing, man?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Doing great, man. So
Good.
let's just start there. I know you've done a press conference about it already, but how does it feel? Your teammates voting you a captain?
Oh man, it's crazy. It really is, man. It hadn't really hit me yet, like at the first press conference, but man, got back to the house and just get to thinking about it, man. It just brings chills to your body. So I don't know. It's a little different, but same grind, same everything.
You use that word, and I think it's a great segue because a lot of guys, I won't say greatness comes easy to them, but they didn't have to go through as much as maybe some others did to get there.
Right,
But you had to grind for your greatness last season, right?
Yes.
And I kind of feel like your teammates appreciate that. Like they appreciate your grind. Do you think that's part of what the respect comes from?
Some of them do, but most of the guys on the team, I brought them with me, and sometimes they hate you for that, sometimes they love you for that, but they respect you for it most of all. So that's maybe what it is. But I just love just pushing people, and it just makes me push myself. So
yeah. Well, it's not like you're trying to do something to others that you didn't have to do to yourself. And we talked about this before. I mean, a lot of guys come to a real crossroads. And for you, that training camp before 20, there wasn't a guy that I heard more talk about than you.
Really?
They were like, man, this dude is killing it. He's amazing. He changed his body because you obviously went to Camp Velasquez, right?
Yes, sir.
And really went in the lab working on your body.
Yeah.
And when you got in the season, the practice didn't necessarily translate to the game field.
Not one bit.
But last year it did.
Yes,
so
sir.
how were you able to make that work last year when it didn't work the year before?
Man, I just started having more fun. Instead of thinking too much about what football could do for me, I just wasn't thinking about having fun. And really that's what I was doing all training camp, was just having fun and just playing football. And once the season hit, I dropped the ball, it got into my head, and I just collapsed and couldn't really come back from it. And this year, or this past season, it's crazy. This season's about to be it's
Right?
so crazy, but it's just fun now, and the culture is way better, and it's just the fans came and add a little more juice, and really just was feeding off of that, and was able to get in the rhythm and help the team.
You had a big time season last year. You could be in the NFL right now. Why did you decide to come back?
Because I didn't think I deserved to be in the NFL. I felt like I definitely could have showed you the world, our fans, how great I could be, and I wanted to, graduate.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I didn't really think about leaving at all. So I didn't even know that was a thing. To be honest, I didn't even know that was a thing. Everybody was like, "We should be in it. Thank God he's coming back." But nah, I never thought about leaving, not one bit. Didn't even think of it. So.
All right. So, you come back this season. There are obviously aspects of your game you want to improve upon. What are because last year clearly it was consistency with your hands.
Yeah.
That's down. You got that. What's the
Right.
next step for you this year?
Oh, just finishing blocks, pancaking people, showing I can inline block a little more. Catching better. I was catching with my body a lot. Getting upfield after I catch the ball instead of like looking and checking and see if people's right there.
Man, and so I was watching some tape from a couple years ago. It was a Michigan State game. I said you came around and your guy wasn't there. Like he play.
Really?
And you turned around and look looking at the ball carriers right. Oh, I got a block. But it made me think about what you said about how you would look to see if the guy was following your block.
With Coach Jay, Coach Jay would always get on to me. He would always, I would block somebody, and I'm like, man, like I've been blocking this guy for a long time, and I'm looking like to see if here he come. So I got to work on that. But I was talking about like after I catch the ball, I would like look first instead of just catching and just getting upfield. Like if I would have done that in that Penn State catch, just catching, just got upfield, I would have scored, but like I wouldn't have been touched. It wouldn't have been close. So instead of just looking, just catching, just getting upfield.
So that play, you felt like that play was harder than it had to be. You could have walked to the end zone if you didn't look back. I got you. Well, and it sticks out to me because someone just said in the comments, Eric Musu, who's following us on YouTube Live, he said, "Save the season last year against Penn State."
Yeah.
Thank you. Right. So you said that wasn't a great game for you. Why wasn't that a great game?
Man, my blocking was just terrible. At least I felt like. I actually did it again in the Penn State game where I caught the little in the red zone where I could have scored, but I caught it and then moved out the way a little on the sideline, like kind of like on like the 10-yard line. But like it was just like my first game back and my ankle was still iffy, and it just felt like my yes, sir.
How does that change your perspective? I mean, how has that sort of changed you? Not just perspective, but changed you.
I was just talking to Pastor Robbie, pastor on the team, and I feel like if it weren't for, me having my son, that due date's actually today. He didn't come.
Okay.
But
so I'm holding you up. Wait, we need to get you off air so you can
go. No, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, pretty much. I told him, I was like, man, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't even be one of the captains of the team, and I honestly believe that. So
why is that?
I don't know. It's just like just knowing that I'm about to have a son is just like, it just makes me like, I don't know, it just gives me like this charge to like, you know, succeed. Not only that, but to make the team just a great team. And I want to see, you know, guys on the team just be the best of themselves, you know, especially when it comes to playing football and living out their dreams. So
Well, congratulations, man. I know what it's like, you know, having had my son in college. It changes your perspective on life. Changes your perspective on life. So
it really does. It really does.
Gonna channel you. You looking for another endorser? I mean,
he the man. I'm a big fan. Man. Big fan. That boy a captain, I heard.
Yeah. Speaking of endorsements, I mean, NIL wise, what do you have going on, Eric?
I have the I just did Hopcat.
Okay.
And it's fun. I just did like a little photo shoot and a little interview, and I got to create my own burger, and
okay.
It's fun. It's crazy. It's a new experience. But that I got that going. Then the Levi's through Tight End U.
Okay.
I'm trying to get some stuff for the baby. Trying to work some stuff.
There
with
you
that.
go. There you go.
But yeah,
absolutely, man. Well,
it.
Congratulations. More on that than anything, man.
Thank you.
Becoming a father changes your life.
Yes, sir.
Changes your life. So, continued success. Good luck this season. And we'll see you again, Will Johnson, Deion Johnson. Appreciate it. All right.
Yes,
but yeah,
sir.
good luck, Eric, man. Thanks a lot.
Have a good one.
Eric All. Captain Eric All, excuse me. Let me say it right. See, one of the captains of the team. Let's get another captain on. Come, hey, Mozzie. You got a minute, man? You got a minute? Can we get you on the mic? Captain Mozzie. All right, man. Appreciate you. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. All right. So we're still live on the air. I know it, Miz, but this is, come on. We can. He's like, man, you don't want me to get serious. Yeah. Yeah. Mozzie Smith. Captain Mozzie Smith. Let me make sure I address you appropriately.
Fall out this chair.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. They're gonna have them looking for me for a minute. So we have Mozzie Smith on with us now here on the Michigan Insider, the special signing event live from the Crisler Center, brought to you by Valiant. This has been an event that benefits the entire team, Mozzie. Let's just start there. That every guy on the squad gets paid off of this. What does that mean to you, and what does that mean to this squad?
I'm just happy everybody get a little money in their pocket, man. You know, a little less to complain about. You know what I'm saying? A little motor. You know, it shouldn't be a motivating factor, you know, but it's a little cherry on top.
Right.
You know?
So, NIL, what has it been like for you? Do you go seeking deals? Do you have someone seeking deals for you? What has the process been like for you?
Man, look, I'm just trying to get in my bag. Like, the NIL cool, but I don't go looking for that type of stuff. I just want to play football, play good football, man. And I got, you know, it's my senior year.
I hear that. Well, your senior year and you're a captain.
Yeah.
Now, you know, some guys set out to be that, and some guys just become that because that's who they are. That's what they are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious, did you begin this or head into this year with the goal of being captain, or was it just something that just happened because of how you approach your grind, how you approach your game?
Yeah, nah, I ain't think about being a captain at all, like, until maybe like a week ago, or a week and a half ago. Like, you know, when people started bringing up, oh, we voting for captain soon, you know, people were telling me like, oh, Maj, man, you a lot, man, you gonna get. I was like, what? I'm like, that'd be cool, you know, that'd be cool. And then it ended up happening and working out that way, and I was like, wow, you know.
Respect.
Yeah,
respect,
sure,
right?
Yeah.
So, and I think part of what it is, and I said this to Eric, man, when you see a guy grind, when you see a guy have some adversity and grinds through it and achieves a level of success like you have, like Eric has, it sort of inspires other guys to say, all right, when I hit that wall, if I do what he did, then I
Yeah.
can do the same thing. It sort of feels like that's a part of why you're a captain, is because people appreciate your grind.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they know I be chipping away. You gotta chip away, man. Cause if you don't do that, then it's gonna be ugly come these Saturdays coming up, you know.
Yeah. So, obviously last year you were a guy who stepped up, whose game went to another level. But even with that, even with the role that you played last year, this is different. And I'm not just talking about being a captain. I'm talking about what is expected of you, the role that you're expected to play on the field this year. Have you kind of settled into that you're being counted on to be a guy for this defense? Has that set in for you yet?
It's funny because if I feel like I was kind of groomed last year for that because one of my coaches used to tell me, you gotta be the heavyweight champion of the world. Before every game, before during practices when I had a bad practice, he's like, you're gonna be the heavyweight champion of the world. Can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
And I love Mike Tyson. I know the type of pressure that puts you on. Like, you're like, well, heavyweight champion or what? You know what I mean? But so like when it came to settling into what they asking me to do now, I felt like I was already doing it. And I try and tell all the guys who may not play or may not play a lot. I say, man, treat it like, whether we win or lose the game is dependent on how you play and how you practice. That's how you got to treat it. And that's the only way you're going to get to where you want to get to.
So I know I bring up Sekou every time you come on. I know I do that, but that was my man.
Yeah.
That was my man.
Yeah.
I know he would be super
Yeah,
proud of you, man. He would be super proud of you.
Yeah.
So it might not be a lot of Michigan fans who know Sekou Smith.
Yeah.
Great NBA writer, NBA reporter
Yeah.
who passed, but he was who told me about you. Right? He was like, "Hey man, you got to check for Mozzie Smith." So tell the folks about Sekou Smith and who Sekou was.
Man, Sekou my big cousin, man. And whenever I was around him, he was looking after me, man. He was one of the funniest people I had ever been around, and he loved to block M. Everything he did, you know what I'm saying? When I was getting recruited, before I even chose here, he like, hey man, go blue.
Right.
He like, go blue. You know what I'm saying? And like, he's just on joke time,
Like this dude.
Like this guy. like this guy.
So one of the things that we've seen you settle into, Mozzie, because I remember watching you at the Under Armour All-American game, you were talking about, getting to the right size, getting to the right weight.
Yeah.
Man, you seem like you're in the best shape of your life now.
Oh yeah, man. 330 on wheels, man. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because I took all this weight off.
We still got you. Yeah, where you going? I mean, come on, man. Get on the mic. But so 330.
Yeah.
That's the weight. That's like the prime weight for you.
Anywhere from 335 to 325.
Okay.
That's where it's at.
How much you think I weigh?
350.
You feel me? You better watch out. You look hanging on eligibility.
Hey, so this defense, and this question came to you during Big Ten Media Day, and you seem like you got a little, I won't say ticked off by it, but it's like it's a little disrespect with everybody saying, hey, the defense gonna fall off,
Yeah.
and you sort of shot back, say, man, they been saying that.
Yeah, I mean, what I say is to say. Ain't nothing to do but go out there and play, man. We gonna show you, like, and I like having a chip on the shoulder, Like the only person I'm used to really like believing in me, my family, my mama. You know what I'm saying? So when it came to the other people, I'm like, man, I don't really care what they got going on, what they got to say.
Hey, Mozzie, cuz I believe in you. Hey, cuz I believe in you. Let me get your wallet. Please.
Hey, man,
I believe in you.
So you came and you were talking about young Kenneth Grant.
Yeah.
So now you've been through a whole camp with him.
Yeah.
And we just had Zach Zinner over here. He was talking about Mason Graham.
Yeah.
What about those two young fellas, man? I mean, guys on the squad talking about like they're gonna be able to contribute to you guys this year.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? They're both really talented guys. You know, they listen. And that's one of the biggest things as a freshman that you got to get down. You know, people can't be telling you things over and over and over, and you still not getting it. Like, you tell them once, twice, they get it. You know what I'm saying? They working on it, you know. It's all about the want to, the will. You know what I'm saying? A lot of freshmen come in and they kind of get shocked by the different speed of the game and the demands of football. You know, those two weren't shocked at all. And if they were, they could do a good job at hiding it.
All right, man. So
I believe in you. You know what I'm saying? I believe in you.
Marion
Mozzie
Walker.
Smith.
What's up, Mari? Hey, so man, good luck this season, Mozzie.
Yeah.
Appreciate you taking the time, man.
So,
I'm proud of you.
thank you, man.
Proud of you, man. Go do your thing.
And I believe in you. You feel me?
Go do your thing, man.
Good luck, baby.
Thanks a lot for taking the time, folks, ladies and gentlemen. Mozzie Smith.
Y'all got to see his footwork, though. These boots were made for walking, and that's just what they do.
Hey, they made for stepping.
Yes, indeed.
All right. So Devin Gardner back in the chair for the final
help me
few
out,
minutes.
Mozzie, help me out, bro.
Yeah, slide him
Roll
back
me
over
back up
here.
here. All right, good looking, bro. Look at that
Maybe
boy. He
we'll
moving people already. Game season ain't even started.
I don't know if we'll get Jared on here at the end, but
Wangler?
this event, Devin,
man, I
for
went
the guys
around,
on the
great.
team. I wonder, did you ever take anything from Fan Day? Did you ever get any extra juice from Fan Day?
Oh yeah, without question, man. It was so fun to get a chance to meet all and I talked to JJ. I went around, was talking to guys and doing like kind of like a promo video or whatever. But he was talking about, you know, these people support you so much, right? Every single Saturday, 110,000, 115,000 against Notre Dame for me. A record, I might add.
Hey, man, I will say this in a part. That is maybe the best performance the best night game performance that I've seen.
That's pretty good.
And trust me.
Oh, you talking about mine individually?
Yeah,
no, that was nice. It was good.
Yeah, I know it was.
I appreciate
nice.
that.
I'm trying to give you a compliment.
I appreciate that.
You're not supposed to compliment yourself.
No, that's what I'm saying.
When
I
somebody's
appreciate
complimenting you. That's not how it works.
I mean, I never heard
DJ.
nobody say that, so I appreciate that. Maybe
saying.
you're just being nice. But like I was saying, if I was rudely interrupted, like, you know, by that compliment, I appreciate it though. You can do it anytime. But yeah, like you know, all those people that come in and they support you and they give everything. It's almost like they're giving just as much as you are, right? In the opportunity they have to just be a fan, and so they're super invested. And sometimes they can be ornery and they can be mad and upset, but they're always there, and that doesn't even count the people that are all around the country watching on live streams and on TV and all these different things. And so, I just think that it's very important that things like this happen. And for Fan Day, I got a lot out of it. I absolutely love meeting all the people. And a lot of those people are my Facebook friends now to this day.
Man.
And we talk about it and they share old memories of me taking pictures with them and their children. Their children have beards now, which isn't making me that happy. You know, I don't like that.
But pause.
know.
There are a lot of them that aren't your friends because you block them on Twitter or you block them on social media.
You know it, and you better believe they'll continue to get blocked if they act crazy.
You don't just give them a timeout?
No.
You don't let them back?
That's a timeout, but I just forget. So now you block for all of eternity.
Hey, Jared, can we get you on? Yeah.
Can we get you on, Jared? Get your butt over here and get on here. I got this young man to make sure he comes to University of Michigan. Best decision he ever made.
The headset right there, Jared.
Yeah. Put this headset
Jared
on.
Wangler, Valiant Management Group.
Yeah.
This was, yes, he even has his tagline on there. There we go. All right. So, Jared, this was a fantastic event. One that you obviously had some practice with the spring signing event. This one seemed even bigger. And then the team, the other thing that really stands out, everyone on the team benefits. Just your thoughts on how the day went and how events like this should be the norm for the guys on the team.
Absolutely. And I appreciate the kind words. I think this event is a testament to such a great and supportive fan base here at the University of Michigan. I think when you look at like the landscape now in collegiate athletics is you need the buy-in from the fan base to support the team. You need the buy-in from the university to support the team. You need the buy-in of the alumni base to support the team. And this event right here was a culmination of everything. We're thankful the University of Michigan allowed us to, rent out this facility. Obviously, Crisler's built for these kind of events.
Right.
So we can get so many fans through, have the players sit comfortably. They finished practice, got their food, went up, sat right down, and fans are filing through. So just exciting, in the new landscape of collegiate or of NIL. It's just you need to be able to have these sort of events. And in the past, I'm sure Devin can testify. Like we used to do these fan events, and Devin signing
free.
for free. Devin signing for 3 hours, getting them ice bags for his wrist, and some of that stuff it ends up on eBay after. He doesn't get a single penny. People are showing up with the 98 jerseys on, or the 12s, or the 7s, whatever.
The 12, 7.
Whatever
I got 2 98 jerseys.
Yeah, and he's.
I need those signed, by the way.
And Devin's on campus, finding ways to pay his rent, right? So it's just the new age of collegiate athletics. We're excited to be able to host these kind of events.
So there are a lot of opinions about NIL, and specifically opinions about how Michigan or what Michigan's approach is to NIL. You're seeing it from a different vantage point, as you represent guys, you help them find opportunities. So what are your thoughts on Michigan's approach to NIL, and what do you see on the horizon for your clients and for Michigan football players or Michigan student athletes in general when it comes to NIL?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is people need to learn to differentiate NIL for pay for play. There's two completely different things taking place. NIL is obviously the opportunity to monetize your name, image, and likeness. Everything from jersey sales to endorsement deals to signing events, memorabilia. And there's so many things that if you come to University of Michigan, you're on the premier platform for it. People are going and buying, Michigan licensed product with players' names on it, obviously because they enjoy the player, but because there's such a powerful brand behind you here at the university. So, with the university opening up the ability for student athletes to use the school marks in a controlled manner, the players are at the top of collegiate athletics and what they earn per royalty for those items. And then when it comes to endorsements, I mean, being here at Michigan, working with the student athletes, handling endorsements on that end, you've got the biggest brands in the country coming in because they want to partner and affiliate with University of Michigan student athletes. So the university, I think they've opened it up on the NIL side, and they're providing opportunities for the student athletes to maximize that. And then on the pay for play side, which is a different part of the conversation, I think you're going to start seeing some revenue sharing models built out. Obviously, you look around the country, the alumni bases, the donors at each schools are building these collectives, which Ward and the athletic department have come out and say they're not anti-collective, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going to break NCAA rules and get into the inducement game, which I would look, stepping back, I appreciate that, because I don't know how you can look the players on the roster in the eyes and say, hey, we actually don't want to pay you. We want to pay these recruits to come in and take your spot. I think if you can build out a model where the players on the roster who are going to war and playing for the University of Michigan, they're the ones that are reaping the benefits from the collectives and obviously from the NIL side. And it gives those top recruits an incentive to come here and play at a high level and potentially earn even more. And the last thing, I think we talked about this on the radio the other day, I think there's just a lot of smoke and mirrors going around in the country. I mean, I can testify because I've been on the receiving end of phone calls from NIL agents trying to wheel recruits around. And the numbers that they're throwing out,
insane.
They're ridiculous, and they're also just not true, because there's several times where we've had conversations where it's like, well, this kid's not going to come if you don't give him $1 million. We're like, okay, we're not giving him $1 million. Oh, but Miami's going to give him $1 million, or this school's going to be go to Miami.
Go to Miami.
and then they don't end up doing that because we found out the money actually didn't exist on the other end. So it'll take some time to figure itself out. I love our fan base. They're so passionate. We want Michigan to be great. But I think this rule changing around for forever, right? So you got to build a sustainable model around it. And I don't know. I don't agree with throwing bags of cash around without getting your current team paid at least.
All right. So last one, because we're out of time.
You sure you don't want to throw bags of cash around? Because I remember earlier you had promised me for my time and my suffering that you were going to give me seven figures.
He's talking about
through Zelle.
On the green app or the blue app?
The blue app. The blue one.
Right, so
a combination of blue and green.
I got to get this question in because you mentioned collective. I'd be remiss in this overtime session if I didn't ask you about the Champion Circle real quick.
Yeah, it's a great group of Michigan alumni, and it's growing by the week, which is really exciting because you've got alumni extremely successful in different industries of business that care about the University of Michigan athletics and really want to do this thing the right way. So there's a collective, the Champion Circle, and this event wouldn't be possible without them. I mean, close to $500,000 was paid out to the team at this event. And there's
this event alone, and we've done other events for the team working with the Champion Circle Collective. So
yeah, we're really excited about where this thing's going, the direction it's taking, and
how much of the $500,000 goes to the players?
I mean, all of the
100%.
$500,000. Yeah,
100%.
But then
100%.
seven of those figures, it's a separate pot.
It's a separate pot. Yeah, Devin.
Separate pot.
So
for me.
there's actually a Devin Gardner pot that
Devin
we're
Gardner.
building right now.
They call it the DGP. The Devin Gardner pot.
Devin Gardner Pot Collective. I think.
Devin Gardner Pot Collective.
Yeah,
DGTPC. Got
Yep, exactly. A lot of letters in there.
Well, Jared, hey man, appreciate your time. This was a fantastic event. The team looks ready to go. It's great to see them get a chance to interact with the fans before the season too. I'm curious. You played. Devin said he used to take a little extra juice from getting with the fans before the season. Did that happen for you too?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you just kind of like get that like game day like feel when you're on campus here. You've got fans. They're all decked out in their Michigan gear. You're around the guys. They were in their jerseys, and I mean, they look good. Like they're ready to go. Coach Herb and Abigail with Michigan football, they've got this team ready and primed for a great season. So excited to watch these guys.
Gotcha. Well, Jared, I said this before. I'm proud of you, man. Great thing that you're helping these guys do, getting what they deserve. Appreciate what you're doing for them. Appreciate you having us be a part of it. Appreciate all of you listening on the radio on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA. All of you on Facebook Live. All of you on YouTube. All of you on Twitter. It's been a blast interacting with you. Devin loves you.
One more thing.
You're saying nice stuff to him in the comments.
Yeah. So yeah, of course. And if anybody out there, YouTube, Facebook, if you'd like to donate to the DGPC, you can hit me up. I will unblock you. And if you donate to that DGPC, we're all good to go. Very good.
All right. That'll
Appreciate
do
you,
it for us. Special thanks to Ben Krasner, to the WTKA crew, Ms. back here in the building, Veronica Rates, who is a superstar. Who am I missing? Alejandro Zuniga. Who else do we have on the production team? Gavin. I thought you said Devin. Devin.
Two.
Appreciate you too, Devin.
I do. I appreciate you.
I'm just saying. All right. All of you, appreciate you. We'll see you over on the MichiganInsider.com. Of course, you will see you on the Michigan Insider Morning Show as well. See you on Monday on Sports Talk 1050 WTK, The Ticket, the official voice of University of Michigan Sports Ann Arbor, a Cumulus station.